Welcome back to Mind of Man. If you're new here, this is where men come to hear the unfiltered truth about relationships, masculine strength, and the hidden dynamics women rarely admit out loud. If you've been rocking with us for a while, you already know this isn't about bitterness or games. It's about clarity, awareness, and protecting your value as a man. So let's get into today's topic. One of the most painful realities for men is discovering they were never her first choice. You thought she saw you as the one, when in reality, she saw you as the safe option. You weren't her dream, you were her backup plan. And here's the harsh truth: women rarely admit this outright. Instead, they leave subtle clues in how they treat you, how much they invest, and where you actually fit in their life. In this video, I'm breaking down 7 unmistakable signs you're just her backup plan. And if more than 2 of these hit home, it's time to rethink what role you really play in her story. 1. She's hot and cold depending on who else is around. When you're her priority, her energy stays consistent. But when you're her backup, her attention swings wildly. One day, she's blowing up your phone. The next, she disappears without explanation. Why? Because her main option is back in the picture. You're not her anchor, you're her filler. The hot and cold treatment isn't mystery or passion, it's her juggling you until someone else is available. What to do? Pay attention to patterns, not promises. If her interest spikes only when she's bored or lonely, you're not her first choice. 2. You get the leftovers of her energy. When you're her backup, she gives you the bare minimum. You get the late-night texts when plans fall through, the casual "let's hang" when she's got nothing better going on. Meanwhile, she's giving her best effort, her excitement, her real energy to someone else. Why this hurts you? Over time, you start rationalizing crumbs as a meal. You'll convince yourself at least she's here, when the truth is she's only halfway present. What to do? Never settle for leftovers. If she can't give you the same energy she gives others, you're not a priority, you're a placeholder. 3. She's comfortable physically, but closed off emotionally. Backup men are often used for convenience. She'll cuddle, she'll flirt, she'll use you for attention or intimacy. But when it comes to real emotional vulnerability, she shuts down. She doesn't share her dreams, her struggles, or her authentic self. Why? Because she's saving that part of her for the man she truly sees in her future. What to do? Recognize the imbalance. Physical closeness without emotional intimacy is a dead giveaway that she's not all in. 4. She avoids defining the relationship. Here's a classic move. She keeps things vague. Let's not rush. I'm just enjoying the moment. Labels ruin everything. But pay attention. Women avoid labels with backups, but freely commit when it's someone they genuinely want. If she keeps dodging clarity, it's not because she needs time. It's because she doesn't want to commit to you. What to do? Don't let situationships drag on. If she won't define things after a reasonable time, you've already got your answer. 5. You're the one always reaching out. If you're her backup, you'll notice you're always the one texting first, calling first, planning first. She doesn't feel urgency because she assumes you'll always be there. Think about it. Does she ever chase you? Or does she only respond when you chase her? What to do? Pull back and see what happens. If she doesn't step forward, you'll know exactly where you stand. 6. She only comes around when she needs something. Backup men are treated like resources. She reaches out when she's stressed, when she's lonely, when she needs advice, money, or validation. But when she's good, you don't hear from her. That's not connection, that's utility. What to do? Notice the pattern. If her affection rises and falls based on what she needs, you're not her man, you're her safety net. 7. You're missing from her long-term vision. This is the ultimate sign. When a woman truly sees you as a future, you'll hear it in her language. She'll talk about we, about plans, about dreams you're included in. But when you're the backup, she talks only in I. You're not in her vision board. You're not in her family conversations. And you're definitely not in her real future planning. What to do? Listen carefully to her vision. If you're not in it, stop forcing yourself into a place you were never meant to fill. Know when to walk away. If 2 or 3 of these signs are present, you are already in dangerous territory. But if most of them describe your situation, you're not building a relationship, you're holding a spot in line. And here's the truth, it's better to walk away now than to spend years being a placeholder in someone else's life. Respect yourself enough to only be with someone who truly chooses you first. Long-term strategy. Men who avoid becoming backups have one thing in common. They're not afraid of walking away. They don't cling to women who give half investment. They know their value, they build their own lives, and they refuse to let scarcity make them settle. When you move through life like that, you don't need to chase validation, because the right woman will recognize your worth without needing to be convinced. Being a backup isn't love, it's disrespect. And the longer you tolerate it, the more it chips away at your self-worth. If this video gave you clarity, I recommend watching our breakdown on Never Trust a Woman who does these 3 things early on. It ties directly into this topic and will help you spot red flags before you get invested. This is Mind of Man. If you found value here, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss the truth we drop. And let me know in the comments, have you ever realized too late that you were just the backup? What was the moment that opened your eyes?